Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to issue number 19 of the Amazingly Uncanny podcast. I'm here with you as always. We also have Madrid.
What's going on, guys?
And Jesse.
Hey, what's up, guys? We're over here at Retro Mike's recording today.
Nice. Alright, so this is episode issue number 19. And like any late teenager, early 20s, we're still figuring out what we're doing.
28, I'm still trying to figure out what I'm doing.
So,
What am I doing here?
Some pickle fuck had free eats.
So yeah, we're going to change things up a little bit with how we're doing the podcast and stuff. Still going to be focused on the comics and stuff, but give you a little bit more pop culture, a little bit more news, just stories that interest us, stuff like that. So, what are we talking about today, boys?
Well, we have The Crow.
We got The Crow. We got The Avengers.
The Avengers. Jesse Gordon Levitt with the Fraggle Rock.
Fuck Fraggle Rock.
Watch your
Not
fucking
talking about that.
Watch your mouth, sir.
Alright, well, let's start with The Crow then. What's going on with The Crow?
You know, James O'Barr's now taking more creative control, apparently. And they signed on a new dude who's going to play. This is like the third or fourth, so I'm not even going to fucking recognize his name anymore. Because in about 2 or 3 more months, it's going to be another fucking leading role with another dude. This franchise is getting its ass kicked left and right. And now with like that James O'Barr being more creative, and like I don't know if it's coming out as a producer, executive producer, he's saying, hey, this is how we should do it, this and that, this is what I want. And it's just like, dude, you guys are fucking up left and right. You guys have a great story apparently, but I don't think you and your people know how to actually make this a product. So I don't think it's really going to manifest, dude.
No, I think it's just going to fizzle out.
Yeah.
Sounds about right. And the guys from the newly roles from Boardwalk Empire?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We got much to say about this shit.
No. No, like, we look at it, and that's something that we all do want. Like, I wouldn't mind a new Crow, and the speculations, it's going to be a little bit more darker, a little bit more emotional. I think that would be dope, because there's a lot of things that they took out of the original Crow with Brandon Lee that could have been shit. Like, how did he get these magical powers? He just figured it out. That wasn't true. Somebody actually... No. Somebody mentored him. It was a Skull dude. And that's why I'm like, all right, cool. Maybe there's some backstory there. There's a little bit of more emotions. Because he was like a pretty boy. I think that Bradley Cooper would have done it great.
No, yeah, he's a pretty boy.
I
I
like
let
seeing
him
him
take
like
my virginity.
Oh, I think that's something great. So we'll see where it goes now. I'm just waiting because I think we talked about this like maybe not even a month ago. And... Fuck, Madrid and Sergio almost fucking locked tongues looking at each other right now. What the fuck just happened?
Hey, bro, you know how we get when we haven't eaten. There's no Snickers around.
Picker didn't happen.
It's right.
I was Snapchatting while you guys did that.
Stop trying to sabotage our careers.
Sergio, you're going to need a
video podcast.
I know, this moment right here, right now.
I need a shower. The cold one.
Okay, let's get back to The Crow. And you guys
I think we should get off The Crow because apparently nobody gives a shit.
Jesse, you're boring as fuck. Alright.
Fuck James O'Barr.
Yeah, fuck James O'Barr. I hope your project doesn't work.
So let's move on to something that people do care about. Let's talk about the new Avengers TV spot. We just watched a little bit ago. What did you guys think of it?
Do you know what? I'm loving it. You have fucking Quicksilver with his accent. I think that's pretty cool.
Fucking his accent is gonna bug me through that entire movie.
It sucked.
It sucked, but at least they keep it on the accent. They're the key. He's not going to be an American voice.
Well, it looks like they are going into Russia because I'm pretty sure that
Mother Russia.
all that winter area that they're in looks like it's probably gonna take place in Russia. So
It
they're
could be
probably going
Colorado.
to rescue him, something like that. But yeah, his accent's pretty bad.
Do you know what? They had that one show or that one where they're all jumping together through the snow. That was pretty fucking retarded.
Yeah, there's definitely some cool moments.
Yeah, that scene. There you go. Shut up and make out with me again.
There's definitely some cool moments. That one wasn't really one of them.
It was like a shitty Saban fucking...
Well, it just looked like they tried to take something that would come from the panel, like from a comic book panel, and make it into, a movie. Like, that looked like it would have been a panel on it, but it just didn't translate all that well. It definitely wasn't, like, as cool as in the first one where they're all circling and they had that circle shot with all of them. That was pretty dope, but...
Circle jerk.
Yep. But yeah, there's definitely cool parts in it. The part where fucking Thor hits Captain America's shield was pretty dope. Like, there's definitely some cool shit happening.
Did you guys see Captain America's new shield? It has that little sensors that just It just clicks on like a magnet.
Yeah.
That's refrigerator technology right there.
Tony Stark right there, and the Hulkbuster looked pretty dope.
Yeah, the Hulkbuster did look pretty
Look
badass.
forward to that.
Just the opening scene with Tony Stark was fucking amazing.
No, he's in charge. I just make everything, all the cool shit. Fuck Tony Stark.
That's exactly
Yeah.
what he said.
Bro, I was trying to remember, but I don't care to remember Iron Man lines.
Yeah. They actually just put out a synopsis for Captain America 3, and I guess it's going to go directly into like the events of Age of Ultron are going to go directly into that movie. As far as like after this big world event or whatever, they're now going to put into the Registration Act, and then that's where Iron Man and Captain America are going to take their sides and stuff like that. So that'll be cool. I like how they keep kind of the continuity over all their movies. All their movies are very individual, but also like there's an overall story that's going on, which I think is pretty cool.
Do you think it's going to project into like the multiverse and shit like that?
As far as with like the Guardians of the Galaxy,
With all of them, yeah. You think there's going to be a point where they're?
I think
gonna tie it in?
eventually, by the time they get into like Infinity Wars, I think definitely like that'll bring the Guardians of the Galaxy into like Earth and stuff like that, and tie it all into there. But I think that's going to be a little bit later. It'll definitely be after Guardians of the Galaxy 2, and probably as they get into Infinity Wars.
Yeah, the big thing I really look at, and this is something I've probably seen in the last 2 weeks, is you can literally see. This is my prediction. Howard the Duck is coming out, and he's going to be a key to all of this. Because you could see he's popping up in comics left and right.
Well,
The previous comic that we talked about, he was actually there with Rocket.
oh yeah,
And when we originally watched the Guardians of the Galaxy, Rocket says what they did to him to create him. Well,
yeah.
this might be somewhere where they met.
Yeah.
And then when we actually see Guardians of the Galaxy as well, Howard the Duck's one of the collector's things he collected.
Right.
Collectible.
Yeah, I mean, so like we said this, and then like all this whole universe is coming. And who was he was recently just like a guest spot. He was talking to I'm trying to think of his name, but Howard the Duck appeared in another comic this week or last week at the same time,
Oh, yeah.
where he's slowly just talking to him. So I don't know. I think with that shit happening with the whole Marvel universe, it's going to be a lot bigger than we think.
Yeah. Yeah, especially if they can get in, because now they have, Spider-Man and stuff like that. Hopefully they can get with 20th Century Fox and get some X-Men in there too. That'd be pretty fucking awesome. Get it all together.
It's going to be nuts.
Yeah, it just sucks that Marvel was at that point years ago where they had to sell off all this shit. And now that they're rocking and rolling, they have to get it all back together.
Well, I guarantee you, with web series shows, television shows, Netflix shows, movies, like they're putting out a lot of stuff that people are really engaged with.
Yeah, speaking of that Netflix show, that the Daredevil looks fucking amazing. I mean,
Yeah.
it looks like it's going to be awesome.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, they show the Stark Tower in the background, all faint. You can see it though.
But it looks like it's going to be the first kind of legit. I mean, because you have the shows that are on right now, which I've heard S.H.I.E.L.D. has gotten a lot better. Like the first
I
season
stopped watching.
wasn't that great, but I haven't watched the second season. But from the stuff that I've been hearing, it's gotten a lot better. But you have that. I mean, the Gotham show isn't everything that you want it to be because there's no Batman in it. The CW shows are more teen oriented. I think this is going to be the first like legitimate show.
do you think this is going to be like a late night Spawn, show?
Well, it definitely looks really gritty. Like it looks,
You think it's going to be like more of like a rated R? You're going to see some craziness here.
Yeah, because being on Netflix, I think they're going to be able to cuss and they're going to be able to, do the things that they want to do and have blood and guns and shit like that. So
They should totally take the new the Constantine
Oh, hell
series
yeah.
into Netflix.
yeah,
That'd be dope as hell. They're on hiatus right now, right?
Yeah.
yeah. 'Cause I don't think they've been renewed for season 2.
Yeah, they haven't. That's
But
what one of the upwards is happening
FX.
right now. Yeah, they're saying FX might be
Oh, they
paying
might
for
have
it.
FX. That would be good because you can do a lot more on FX than you can on NBC.
Oh, for
So
sure.
that was a good season
Yeah.
Yeah.
right there, Constantine.
I think it was great. I loved it. That was a show I was just constantly had to be on it.
Nice. All right. Well, what's next?
Next, we're going to be jumping into something we talked about last week with racism.
Right. I wanted to bring this because it made me think of it a couple of days ago because I was rereading an article. They were talking about, I don't know if anybody was familiar with this, but Idris Elba was in talks to be the new James Bond because this will be, Spectre will be the last one for Daniel Craig. Idris Elba is black, obviously, and there's a lot of people who are saying that you can't have a black guy play a white character and stuff like that. I just want to get you guys' thoughts, especially with or not cartoons, but with comics and comic book movies and stuff like that. And you have Nick Fury and stuff like that, who's played by Samuel Jackson. What are your guys' thoughts on playing minorities or white people playing people of different races as characters.
And I think it's a good twist if you're taking a different race and putting it out to these original characters, switching them out, because that's a whole new storyline. You can do a whole new, just everything. It's a revamp.
Right.
They are playing the same person, but now you can go so many different routes with it. So people be in an uproar about a black guy playing Bond. Who gives a shit?
Yeah, that's a good point. But
Now, if he came out with if he was a Mexican guy with sombrero, trying to be Bond, that'd be a little weird.
yeah, as long as it doesn't considerably
Fucking Zorro?
So you're for a black guy playing, but you're not for a Mexican.
No, bro, I don't like Spanish. I'm just saying, he's coming out. I'm just saying, figuratively. Shut up, guys. You know what I mean?
the figurative sombrero.
You got stereotypical real quick. Because I think they would portray this Mexican to play Bond as the character, not a mariachi from the 1970s.
Sorry, I was watching my Dust for Dawn last night, and this got a little weird.
Don't blame it on Rob Rodriguez. He had nothing to do with it.
I'm not good. I'm Quentin.
Same guy.
No, but I think Bond's a little bit different than Nick Fury, because there hadn't been. Obviously in the comics he was white, but there hadn't been somebody on the screen who was playing Nick Fury and then go to to a black guy.
Dolph Lundgren?
Okay, if you want to count that.
Okay, I won't count it. He's been on screen before.
Good pull, but not exactly current.
As I said, Dolph Lundgren. Yeah, that hasn't been on the screen. All right.
He's done some B budgets.
Well, what I'm saying is that you're taking, directly from, if it was up to me, I would like to see Idris Elba be in Bond and not even mention anything. Just show up and, hey, I'm Bond. James Bond.
I think this is the problem with society. We don't know where our roots are in cinema.
Right.
And we got so much prejudice in the world, and I don't even think it's just on a conscious level, hey, I'm here, I know this. No, this isn't this. It's just change.
Right.
But the weird thing is, let's go back to Adam West's Batman.
Okay.
Original Joker was Cesar Romero.
Right.
Didn't hide his nationality. When it came to that, he had the credits as Cesar Romero.
Yeah.
And this was 60s. Okay, there's a Latino that's playing one of the biggest characters out there.
Yeah, but you have him in makeup and shit, too.
Yeah, but there was the features, everything he was on. The name alone. When we sit here, who was it? We had...
but it wasn't Cesar Romero the joke. In the show, they never referred to him as Cesar Romero.
No, but he had the accreditation and all that stuff, and people knew he was a Latino out there.
Oh, yeah.
When we sit here, we got, the Sheen family. We had, Martin Sheen, Charlie Sheen.
The Sheen Estevez family?
Yeah. And, you actually had Charlie Sheen, he actually exposed that his real name's Carlos.
Right.
You know what I mean? And they switched their names now. But why did we get away from that? It's a simple fact. Who cares? Put that in the past. Just be it. You don't need approval to do a movie. You don't need approval to be a character. Because that character is going to be great, whoever plays it. Doesn't matter race, nationality, culture, all that shit. I guarantee that there's probably some chicks that can actually play some good men roles as that lead character-wise.
Yeah.
But
female Thor selling...
Well, not even that. What if it was just a Thor, but as a female? When we sit here and we look at this and say, no, it's like this, we don't want that change. I'm like, nah, fuck that. Because
but his example works, because it is legitimately Thor. It's not like she-Thor. It's Thor, it just happens to be a woman.
Nah, okay, I thought it was just a whole new character.
Yeah, I don't think so.
So, Thor just turned into a girl? That was it?
Yeah, pretty much.
Oh, okay.
No, I just think that's what people need to get through is just don't even spend the time on it. I'm fucking for it. If it's a great product, it's a great fucking product. It's entertaining, cool.
Well, I think it has to not fundamentally change the character, because when you have characters like Iron Fist or Luke Cage or the Mandarin or something like that, those are characters who are kind of defined by their nationality. They are, Iron Fist is an Asian American, and that's part of who he is. So to have that character played by a person of a different race, I don't think would make much sense. But when you have Nick Fury, he's not defined by his whiteness. So those characters can kind of be played by any race.
I can see that. But yet again, that aspect, there's different aspects of it. That, cool, get it. When we go to the Bond, I don't get it. Yeah. Hey, he's black, he should have played Bond. Fuck you, dude.
Yeah, I agree.
You know what I mean? A great Bond's going to be a great Bond. Alright. There would have to be, some real stuff in there, like high requirement and stuff like that. You're not going to get
Wait, you saying a midget can't play Bond?
No. Small Asian guy can't be Bond?
No, man. What was it? Richard Grieco. Do you remember that Bond spinoff that he did? Okay, never mind. Fuck, I'm trying to think what it was called.
Richard motherfucker.
License to Kill.
Oh yeah.
You know, Richard Grieco was this Bond character. And it was based around Bond, and this was like fucking 80s. It was horrible. But, you know, it was just because it was Richard fucking Grieco. Height requirements, shit like that. Yeah, I think those are some
What do you guys think about that whole
This is Sergio talking too.
Sergio
Sergio.
Green Lantern deal with they want Jon Stewart to be the new Green Lantern, but they're saying that, you know, it's not going to be Jon Stewart, which he's black. And
It would be who? What are you talking about?
well,
Just for this character
for
switch?
the character, because they haven't casted a Green Lantern, obviously.
So they want
Also,
Jon
they'll-
Stewart, but they want him to be played by a white guy?
Well, they want Jon Stewart, so people are pulling for a black guy to play Green Lantern because he hasn't been casted yet.
Yeah.
So they're
So
pulling
basically
for
not
Jon
do
Stewart.
Hal Jordan, just do
Right.
Jon
So I
Stewart.
think that'd be dope. I sway towards Jon Stewart more than I do Hal Jordan.
Well, because
Honestly,
they've
I'd-
already there's already been speculation or rumors that Chris Pine is
Right.
you know, being courted to play Hal
Well, I know.
Jordan.
Yeah, I know. I think Common and Tyrese also wanted to play Jon Stewart Green Lantern, so they were trying to pull for him to be, you know, black guy and stuff like that.
I think I'd rather go for, if they do go the Jon Stewart way,
Yeah.
I think I'd rather go for the guy that plays John Diggle on Arrow.
Well, yeah. They're actually. I think there were rumors
That'd be
that's going to be his character. That
Oh,
he's
for the
going to end
show?
up in the show. He's going to end up being Green Lantern.
That'd be
Jon
dope as
Stewart.
hell.
So I think his name is John Diggle or whatever.
Yeah.
And they're saying that he might have, you know, changed his name, or Stewart could be his middle name or something like that. So, so yeah, that could happen. But I don't think that would do that for the movie because they're trying to keep those universes pretty separate, from what I hear. But yeah. Fuck, there's something else I want to say. Oh yeah, I'd rather than just go to Guy Gardner. He was always my favorite Green Lantern. I think that'd be dope. But anyway, so let's go to some comic book stuff. Let's talk about the Batgirl cover.
Nah.
I'm gonna
Controversial
show it to you.
Batgirl cover.
So, for those not in the know, this June be the 75th anniversary of the Joker. So they're doing across all the comic book.
Dude, I was like, did we just go there? We're pro non-racism. This Jew over here.
This June,
Okay.
the Joker will be on all of the covers of across all the DC lines, stuff like that. One of them is for Batgirl, and here's the image. It's very reminiscent of the Killing Joke Joker. And the controversy that they're talking about right now is because in the Killing Joke, the Joker, it's a very dark, very grim tale, and the Joker at one point shoots her, paralyzes Barbara Gordon, takes photos of her naked, and it's insinuated that he possibly rapes her. And the fans of the current comic, because the current comic is more lighthearted, it's more
PG.
targeted towards teen girls and stuff like that, so it's very lighthearted, very, you know, upbeat, stuff like that. It's definitely very contrasted with the dark, grim Killing Joke. So that's where they're saying that there's a little bit of controversy there. What do you guys think about that? And they're actually pulling the comic. They're not going to do the variant cover. These are all variant covers. So they're not going to run this variant cover. What do you guys think about it being pulled?
I get it. I mean, yeah, it's bringing up something that happened, and the phone's ringing.
Sorry.
Sorry about
What were you
that.
saying,
We
Mike?
got our shit together. I get it. You know, back then, you know, they were, especially with Joker's Margarita. Now they're trying to lighten things up, especially with this era of the PG era that we're in. But at the same time, it's like, are they going to be using a storyline?
Yeah. Or they're not, I don't think they're using that storyline. No.
So I was like, hey, you know, keep it. Why not?
It's just a variant cover.
Yeah,
so
it's
it
just a
doesn't have to
cover.
do-
I mean, it's dope ass cover. I like
It
the
is
cover
a cover.
personally. But I get what they're saying was representing the whole rape and her being paralyzed and stuff. Barbara, what do you think, Jess?
It's comic books, man. You know, I mean, there's so many different types, so many darkness and stuff like that. It's not the first time this has ever came up. It's not going to be the last. And some of them get really gritty. Some of them get really in-depth. I think it's an acquired taste. I don't prefer anything like that, but some people do.
No.
It's an art that can, because seriously, sodomize a man. You took his manhood. See what happens. Like, there's no darker ways you can go than that. Do that to a woman, life has changed forever in the worst ways.
Yeah.
when you touch the world like that, even with a story, you have so much different things of emotions. Being angry, frustrated, annoyed, I hate this. But that might be what they're trying to project in the Joker for that particular issue.
Well, I think they're just more afraid that, I guess, kids will pick it up. But the thing is, like, if kids aren't going to pick it up, they probably haven't read The Killing Joke, so they're not going to get the reference anyway. And I think it's targeted more towards the adult audience for this particular variant, and for pretty much all variants in general. You know, they're more for collectors and stuff like that. So I don't totally get it. You know, and it's almost like trying to erase part of her past, because that is part of that character's past. Is, you know,
she goes on to be Oracle and everything else.
So, you know, I get that they want to, you know, not have that contrast all later times in this character's history and stuff like that, but I don't know. I just think it's a little silly to pull the comic just because some people are complaining about it, but it is what it is, I suppose.
When you look at the kids aspect, social media alone, you know what I mean? All the crazy stuff that people post, kids post, you know, and because of a comic, it's weird. Yeah,
and especially when they're probably not even going to get the reference anyway. I mean, the only people that would get it would be people who read the original Killing Joke. So, you know. What else we got this week, boys?
Jason Gordon Levitt.
Fine, talk about your goddamn Fraggle Rock.
So they're saying Jason Gordon Levitt's going to be doing live action with Fraggle Rock for a movie coming up. They didn't give her a specific date, did they?
No.
Well, no, they're just talking about starting.
Talking. So what do you think about that? Fraggle Rock, man. Fraggle Rock's the best.
Two of the greatest things ever happened to me growing up was Fraggle Rock and Joseph. Now they're putting them together as an adult. I'm in. Let's fucking get it again.
From Fraggle Rock to Third Rock from the Sun. It's happening.
Let's do that. You know, when you look at Joseph, he can fucking do anything.
He can do anything to me.
No, because you name it, he has identified himself as a true craftsman in his art.
I don't know, from the description that from what he was saying in the article that I read, I think he wants to fuck the Fraggles. Because he was talking about
John number 2.
Yeah, he was talking about how he was a frisky young man watching the Fraggles. So I don't know what kind of movie he's trying to make, but
you never wanted to fuck a puppet.
I don't
Miss
know.
Piggy?
Snuffleupagus did look pretty good.
See?
I think it's gonna be awesome. I think it's way better than fucking the Muppets movies they've done recently.
Watch your fucking mouth. Part 2 was awesome.
I didn't watch part 2, but part 1,
dude,
it was alright.
I don't know. I watched that one that had that one guy from The Big Bang Theory in it. I didn't see the other.
That's
one.
part 1.
That's part 1. That was pretty good.
Oh yeah, dude, it was.
I had to one time wait a whole year for September.
No, those are a little different because they're musicals.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
that's what most people don't understand. Like, there's some good shit in musicals. It doesn't have to be pure. People, it's just a different type of taste. I love it, and it reminds me of being a fucking kid. Probably why. It just fuels me as a child again. Just,
Why did a Muppet hit you?
I wish. No homo.
That nostalgia factor. Alright.
What do you guys got now?
I think that was about it, right?
Well, speaking of Big Bang Theory, what about the guy that wants to play the Riddler?
Oh, Jim Parsons?
He wants to play Riddler?
Yeah, he wants to be... He wants to put his hat out there to be a Riddler. I think that would be pretty dope. I think he has... This what is his weirdness, and then this is, as his character from the Big Bang Theory, I think they could take parts of that and put it into the Riddler, and I think it would work really well for him.
Yeah. I think he could do a good job.
He ain't no Jim Carrey.
Oh, well, who is?
True.
Alex.
I don't know. I don't even know when they would be doing it. Like, does he want to do it on TV or? Because I don't see them bringing in a Riddler to the cinematic universe for a while.
Oh, he's gay, so you know he could do Broadway. So why doesn't he just do a Riddler show?
A one-man Riddler show.
It makes sense to me.
You're blind as a bat. Precisely.
Anything else?
You got anything else?
All right. Well, I guess that's about it for this week, fellas. Signing off. See you guys next week.
Later, guys.
See you guys on the 20.